Something happened a few days ago and it made me wonder. Another manifestation, another human manifestation that can show us, that can show to us how we are as a species. Remember, I'm going to tell you an individual manifestation, but since it happened through a human being, we can understand it from a higher standpoint, and we can see that it is a microcosmos of a lot of things that is happening around the world. The thing is that a few days ago, a video caught my attention. In this video, there was this girl running on a treadmill, and she was making a video of her doing so. And suddenly, a guy appears in her back, but she's not seeing. Remember, she's running, and probably she's not seeing what is happening. And her phone was recording. This guy he stood in her back, a few meters behind of her position, and began to molest himself. And then he noticed that she was making a video, and then he lost completely, began to walk in circles desperately, and then he ran away. And a few days later, he was caught by the police and everything. So let's see this objectively. That guy did not think before doing that action. That is, he acted from some sort of instinct. But remember, wait for me to conclude this idea. Do you know which animals perform that same type of action on a daily basis? Chimpanzees, our cousins, if you can say so. The chimpanzees, they have all sorts of weird behaviors, such as cruelty, to submit others in the group, violence, selfishness and all that. They fight constantly, they struggle, they're very violent apes, and they have these weird behaviors. And a lot of those behaviors are manifested by human beings. But we claim to be so enlightened, we claim to be rational beings and all that shit, and in the end we are becoming something else. Remember, I said before at another video how I see that we are in the process of change. But as a species, in my opinion, we already had our climax. That is, we had our peak of capacities. That is, the peak of our species would be thousands of years ago, when we were hunter-gatherers. That's my point of view. After I studied a little bit about the hunter-gatherers, about our ancestry, and I saw that is very interesting, because I don't see we in the process of evolution, as they say it. Of course, we continue adapting and all that, but we change from wanderers, tellers of stories, storytellers, to sedentary beings that survive in a state of constant inequality, in a constant state of fear, in a constant state of psychological trauma. And I don't see it as a good life. Remember, and I said before, we talked before about this, but our minds, our psyche is so damaged by everything that has happened to our species since we changed to a sedentary livelihood, that it's hard to measure objectively. You know what I mean? Our history is filled with holes. Our history is filled with these patterns of behavior. But remember, we are talking from the standpoint of a human being as well. So that guy that performed that disgusting action of molesting himself behind a girl, I feel sorry for him, but he's an example of how our society is developing stupidity. We are becoming more and more apathic. We're becoming more and more like zombies, in a state of low awareness, only reacting to this and reacting to that, addicted to this, addicted to that. That's very weird and sad at the same time, to be in this society and to manifest my own issues and all that. So I don't see a process of evolution. I see a process of change. And now I see ourselves as at a turning point. But the turning point ought to happen in our minds, because the world around us is changing itself, and mostly because of our actions. Remember, we are the creators of this universe. We are manifesting it through our minds and probably through our actions. Each and every one of us. That is something to think about, because we are more than 8 billion people on this planet. More than 8 billion human minds. And we didn't develop a system that could allow every human being to be a complete human being, to be fully human, completely human. And that's an alert as well, because we live in dark times. But so darkness can exist, there is also light. And to understand that the light never goes away is interesting, because the importance to believe in light is the same to believe in darkness. And remember, the universe works with these two aspects as we see it: darkness and light, dark matter, baryonic matter, white and black, zeros and ones, perceptions perceiving perceptions, minds creating minds. There is no separateness. When I saw that guy doing that disgusting thing, a part of me felt sorry for him and empathy for him, because I understood the instinct, the animal instinct, and how we are becoming lower humans, lesser humans. But there is a path to walk, and each and every one can walk on that path. And that path is about awareness, to be more aware of ourselves and of the universe around us. We don't have time anymore. It's about consciousness. After all, everything is mandala, and we are one.